Respected elders, educationists, language scholars, dear teachers, and dear students. Welcome. First of all, it is my kind request that those who have been subscribed our channel so far may kindly subscribe it. And dear teachers and students, today we are going to see the sentence pattern used in English. For both to speak as well as write, the knowledge of sentence patterns used in English is very important. So, I kindly request you listen to it carefully and take it into you. Come. Sentence pattern. Sentence pattern. Dear students, before entering to see the pattern of sentences, first let us know the kinds of sentences used in English. In English, there are four kinds of sentences known as statement, imperative, interrogative, and exclamative. These four kinds of sentences are used in English. Not only in English, all the languages spoken in the world, they have the literary form. These four kinds of sentences are used in all the languages, including our mother tongues and about all the languages, and whether they are classical languages or not. These four kinds of sentences are used in English in all the languages spoken and written in the world. In English, 5 elements. See, yes, I got to say. After these four kinds of sentences, the sentence pattern is normally used for the statement. The sentence pattern is used. They are explaining the pattern of the sentence only for the statement. Because recording imperative, interrogative, and exclamatory, the order of verbs and subject would be different. So the first advice gives us the pattern of the statement. Then from the pattern of the statements, they move to other kinds of sentences. So first of all, so let us see what are the patterns of the statement. See, in English, there are 5 elements in the statement sentence. There are 5 elements known as subject, verb, object, complement, and adjective. These 5 elements are used in a statement in English. Maximum these 5 elements. Minimum there should be 2. Maximum there can be 5 elements. Now, first of all, let us see the subject. Normally, subject occupies the first position in the statement. That is either in spoken or written English. The subject is placed first. Your subject takes the first position, beginning position in a sentence. What can be used as? What parts of speech can be used as subject? Any noun, a pronoun, or any clause, or a phrase can be used as a subject. After these four parts, noun, pronoun, clause, or a phrase, whether the subordinate class or main class, that doesn't matter. Any verbs. After these four parts, any parts of speech can be used as the subject. Example: Ronnie studies English. Here, Ronnie is the noun, proper noun. Second example, we learn English. Here, we is the proper noun. Pronoun. We is the proper noun. Ronnie is the proper noun. We is the pronoun. Then, what he said is not the matter. What he said is a clause. What he said is not the matter. What he said is all these three words is the subject. Fourthly, walking in the morning is a good exercise. Walking in the morning is a good exercise. Here, walking in the morning is a phrase. This phrase has been used as the subject here. Thus, Ronnie studies English. We learn English. What he said is not the matter. Walking in the morning is a good exercise. Those noun, pronoun, class, or phrase can be used as the subject. The subject occupies the first position in a statement. Normally, then second comes verb. Normally, verb comes after the subject. Verb normally comes after the subject. There can be maximum 4 verbs in a sentence. Normally, verb comes after the subject. But regarding verbs, there can be 4 verbs maximum. But if there can be 2, 3, or 4 verbs. But whatever the number of verbs there should be one final verb. Here, I study English. Study. Simple tense. I am studying English. I am studying. Compound tense. I have been studying English. 3 verbs. Compound nouns. I shall have been studying English. Compound noun. Shall have been studying. Compound noun. All these 4 types. Studying is the final verb. So, in a sentence, verb normally comes after the subject. Third, object. Normally, object comes after the verb. Normally, object comes after the verb. Then what is the verb? How to find out the object? It is said that to find out what is the subject, put 2 questions. The first question is what? The second question is whom or what. If there is any answer for any one of the 2 questions, whom or what, the answer is the object. If there is no answer for any one of these 2 questions, whom or what, then there is no object at all. Now here, let us see the sentence. I study English. I subject. Study verb. What is English? Now you have to put the question. Whom do I study? No answer. The cat itself is no answer. What do I study? There is the answer. English. What do I study? I study English. So there is the answer for the question. What do I study? So English is the object. The second example. I met Karthi. Whom did I meet? Here is the answer. Whom did I meet? I met Karthi. So Karthi is the object. But these are the way to find out what is an object and how to find out the object. I study English. What do I study? I study English. English is the object. Whom did I meet? I met Karthi. Karthi is the object. Then let us see complement. What is complement? A part that qualifies something, that qualifies either the subject or the object. The part that the word or words that qualifies the subject or object is called the complement. In English, there are two complements. One is subject complements, another is object complements. What is subject complement? The complement that qualifies the subject is called subject complement. The complement that qualifies the object is called object complement. What words can be used as complement? Another question. Subjects can be used as complements and nouns can be used as complements. Nouns and subjects can be used as complements. Now let us see first the subject complement. The subject complement normally comes after the be-verb. Subject complement normally comes after the be-verb. Example, there is a doctor. Here a doctor qualifies the subject Devi. So a doctor is the subject complement. Note, the subject complement may also come after other verbs. In the first example, they say normally the subject complement comes after the be verbs, but the subject complement may also come after other verbs. Example: Mohan felt happy. Mohan felt happy. Here, happy qualifies Mohan. In the first example, a doctor is a noun used as complement. In the second example, happy is an adjective has been used as complement. Then let us see the object complement. The object complement normally comes after the object. Let us see the example. Velu made his son a doctor. Here a doctor does not qualify Velu. A doctor here qualifies his son. So a doctor, his son is the object. So a doctor is the object complement. In the first sentence, in the first example, a doctor is the subject complement. But in the second example, a doctor is the object complement. Who made him our captain? Our captain qualifies him the object. So our captain is the object complement. Adjunct. What does adjunct mean? Adjunct is nothing, but it is an adverbial word or phrase. An adverbial word or phrase is called adjunct. What are the adverbial word or phrases? Place, time, reason, frequency, and manner. These five elements can be used as the adjunct. First of all, let us see the examples. I met him in Trichy. Place in Trichy. Place has been used as the adjunct. In the same sentence, I met him yesterday. Yesterday is the time. Time has been used as the adjunct in the second sentence. I met him for money. For what? For money, reasons. I met him for money. Reason has been for money has been used as adjunct. Then for, I met him often. Often. I mean the adverb of frequency. So here, often, adverb of frequency has been used as adjunct. He ran fast. Here, fast, I mean the adverb, it qualifies the subject. How he ran? How did he run? He ran fast. So it is the manner. It refers the manner of the subject. He ran fast. It qualifies the ran. So first is the adjunct. She danced beautifully. And beautifully, qualifies the verb danced. How did she dance? She danced beautifully. Beautifully is the adjunct of manner. Note the subordinate clauses of when, why, if, as, since, because, though, what, that can be used as adjunct. The adjunct, these subordinate clauses of these conjunctions have been used as adjunct. Let us see the first one. When I went to the market, I met him. When I went to the market is the adjunct. As he worked hard, he got good marks. As he worked hard is the adjunct. If you work hard, you will get good marks. If you work hard is the adjunct. She asked which my book was. Which my book was is the adjunct. I know where the book is. Where the book is the adjunct. He asked what my name was. What my name was is the object. Is the adjunct. Though he ran fast, he missed the bus. Though he ran fast. The subordinate clause is the adjunct. He said that he was happy. That he was happy. Is the adjunct. Thus, the classes of the subordinate classes of these one where etc. can be used as adjunct. Then it is very important to know that adjunct, say regarding the subject, object, subject, verb, object, and complement. The places have been fixed. Where subject should be placed, where subject, verb, object, and complement should be placed. But in recording adjunct may be placed at any position in a sentence, recording their function. So it can be placed at any sentence. This is the first sentence. I met him yesterday. The adverb has been placed at the end of the sentence. Yesterday I met him. In the second sentence, the same adverb has been placed at the beginning of the sentence. In sentence 3, he often troubles me. It has been placed before the verb. In 4, he ran fast. Fast has been placed at the end of the sentence. She helped him generously. Generously has been, that drink has been blessed at the end of the work. As he came late, the teacher punished him. As he came late, that drink has been placed at the beginning of the work. The same, a teacher punished him because he came late. Here that thing, because he came late, has been placed at the end of the sentence. Then as he came late, in the beginning of the sentence. Because he came late, at the end of the sentence. The plus is used together, has been used as that thing here. Let us see how many kinds of adverbs are. How many kinds of adverbs are used in English? 4 kinds of adverbs are used in English. They are manner, happily, fast, hard, well, quickly. Manners, they refers to manner. Then place, here, there, now, etc. To trip, trichy, buy down, etc. They refer to place. Time, now, then, soon, till, today, they refer to time. Then frequency, that is how often. Frequency. Always, never, occasionally, often, twice, etc. Once, etc. These are the 4 kinds of adverbs used in English. Now let us see the position of the adverbs. Let us see the position of the adverbs in a sentence, in a statement sentence. First, let us see manner. 1. Adverbs of manner normally comes after the verb. Normally, the adverbs of manner comes after the verb. She danced beautifully. Danced the verb beautifully. Normally, it comes after the verb. In the pattern of subject plus verb plus object, adverb usually comes after the object. In the pattern of subject, verb plus subject, verb and object. Normally comes after the object. She helped me generously. Me, object after the generously. She, yes, helped me who generously. Third, in the pattern, verb plus preposition plus objects. The adverb can be placed either before the preposition or after the object. In the pattern, verb, preposition, object. The adverb can be placed either before the preposition or after the object. Let us see the example. She looked at me. She looked at me is the sentence. In the first sentence, the adverb happily has been placed before the preposition at. She looked happily at me. In the second sentence, she looked at me happily. In the first sentence, happily has been placed before the preposition at. In the second example, happily has been placed after the object to me. So, in the sentence of verb plus in a sentence of verb plus preposition plus object, the adverb can be placed either before the preposition or after the object. When the length of the object is long, the adverb is usually placed before the verb. That is, when the object is very long, normally in the pattern of subject plus verb plus object, this is the sentence, normal sentence. When the object is small, the adjunct is the adverb is placed after the object. But when the object is a long one, there are more than 2 or 3 words. More of the 2 or 3 words forms the object. But then the adverb should be placed before, can be placed, not should be placed, can be placed before the verb. Let us see the sentence. So the sentence is, she picked up bits of the broken glass. This is the sentence. She picked up all the bits of the broken glass. This is the sentence. Now we have to use the adverb carefully. As the object, all the bits of the broken glasses is long. It is advised that the adverb carefully should be placed before the verb picked up. So we have used it as she carefully picked up all the bits of the broken glasses. Here I have to tell one thing. Even if we put the adverb carefully after the object, grammatically that is not wrong. Grammatically that is not wrong. For easy understandings of the sentence, when the object is a quite long one, it is the adverb is normally used before the verb. Then let us see the place. the away, here, there, nowhere, everywhere, somewhere, etc. I use as they refer to place. When there is no object, these adverbs are usually placed after the verb. When there is no object, these adverbs are used normally after the verb. Example: he went away. He went away. Thus, he came in. So, Devi is upstairs. Devi is upstairs. Rani is downstairs. Becomes after the verb. When there is object, when there is no object, the adverb can be placed after the verb. When there is an object, the adverb of place, the adverb of place is normally placed after the object. When there is no object, the adverb of time, the adverb of place is place is placed after the verb. When there is when there is object, the adverb of place is normally placed after the object. Say, she sent him away. He looked for it everywhere. Him away. Him object away. Object. Looked for it. It object everywhere. He looked for it everywhere. In both these examples, the adverb of place have been placed after the subject. Here, there can be placed before be, come, go plus noun subject. When the subject is the noun subject, when the subject is a noun, be, come, go can be placed before the subject. That is after here and there. Example: here is my book. Here. Adjective is verb. My book. Subject is at the end of the sentence. In the next sentence, there is Ronnie. Because the beaver. There is Ronnie. When the subject is noun. Noun. A proper noun. That is a noun. In the pattern of here and there, when here and there, the adverb is used, the subject can be placed at the end after the verb. Thus, here is my book. There is Ronnie. Here comes Mala. Be, come, goes after these three verbs. Here comes Mala. There goes others. In all these, here and there, the subject has been placed after the verb. But when the subject is a personal pronoun, it precedes the verb as usual. See, in the pattern here and there, when here and there used as the use adjunct and occupies the first position in a sentence. When the subject is a noun, the noun comes after the verb. But when the subject is a pronoun, the subject occupies the place before the verb. When the subject is a pronoun, it should come before the verb. Example, there he is. Here I am. Here it comes. In the above example, the object is noun. But in the second example, in the first example, the subject is a noun. But in the second example, the subject is a pronoun. He, I, it. So it precedes he, I, it, etc. Precedes the verb is and comes. This is the case. When here and there are used as a verb is the first position as an adjunct. When the verb is a noun, when the subject is a noun, it comes after the verb. When the subject is a pronoun, it comes before the verb. Third adverb, time, third group of time. Often, before, lately, now, recently, then, soon, finally, today, tomorrow, etc. These kinds of adverbs of time. These adverbs can be placed either at the beginning or end of the sentence. This, after, before, this, tomorrow, today. These kinds of adverbs of time can be placed either at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. They can be placed in any way. Example, finally he came. Adverb gets in place at the beginning of the sentence. He came finally. Adverb gets in place at the end of the sentence. It can be placed. The adverbs like after, before, today, later, tomorrow, etc. Second one, in compound tenses. In compound tenses, when there are more than one verbs. In compound tenses, when there are more than one verbs, afterwards, eventually, auxiliary verb. When there are compound tenses, when the tenses are compound tenses, in compound tenses, the verb can be placed after the first verb. Example, who will be here? That is the sentence. Who will be here? Who will be here? Is the sentence. Will be is the compound tense. Will be is the compound tense. So soon has been placed after the first auxiliary verb. Soon. He will soon be here. The sentence can be framed like this. Verb, auxiliary verb, adjunct, finite verb, will here. The second model. You can now say you can use my books is the sentence. You can use my book is the sentence. Now here we have to use the adverb now. Adverb sometime now. You can now use my books. You can now use my book. Now has been placed after the first verb, first auxiliary now. That is when in compound when there are more than one word, that is compound tenses. The adverb of time can be placed after the first auxiliary verb. Then frequency. always, frequently, often, once, twice, etc. In simple tenses of to be, these adverbs are normally placed after the verb. So the adverbs of frequencies like always, frequently, often, etc. How they are used, how they can be used. When the verb is there is only one verb, that is in simple tense, in simple tense, when only there is only one verb. This adverb of frequency can be placed after the verb. When there is only one verb, in simple tenses, only one verb, the adverb of frequency can be placed after the verb. Example: he is always punctual. He is punctual is a sentence. Then always we are going to place always, the adverb of frequency, always. He is always punctual. Then second, before the simple tenses of all other verbs, however, before regarding B verbs, when there is only one verb and that is a B verbs, adverb of frequency can be, should be placed after the verb. When there is only one verb, and other verbs, when there is other verbs of simple tense, when there is only one verb, other than B verbs, there is only one verb, and that is B verbs. The adverb should be placed after the B verb. And secondly, that is he is always punctual. Yes, is B verb. When there is recording in other verbs except B verbs, the adverb of frequency should be placed before the before the verb. In B verb, it should be placed after the B verb. In other verbs, it should be placed before the verb. Example: Moran sometimes takes fish. Moran sometimes takes a fish. Is B verb. Takes, not B verbs. So in B verb, the verbs should be placed after the B verbs. In other verbs, the adverbs of time, adverbs of frequency, you should be placed but before the verb. So Moran sometimes takes a fish. Now let us see the order of the three kinds of verbs: manner, place, and time. How these adverbs be placed in a sentence, having the adverbs manner, place, and time. One, order of manner and place. One, when there are two adverbs, manner and place, how they should be placed? When there are two adverbs of manner and adverbs of place, manner should be placed first, and place after the manner. Example: Ronnie could live happily anywhere. Ronnie could live happily anywhere. Happily is the adverb of manner. Anywhere is the adverb of a place. So when there comes a manner and place, the adverb of manner should be placed first, and the adverb of place should be placed next to the manner of adverb. But away, back, down, forward, home, in, off, etc. Usually, manner is placed adverb of place is placed first and manner is placed next. Normally, when manner and place comes, manner is placed first and the adverb of place is placed next. But in the pattern of when the adverbs away, back, down, forward, when they come, these kind of adverb and manner of adverbs come, manner of adverbs come in a sentence, side by side comes in a sentence. The adverb of place should be placed first and manner next. Example: he walked in happily. In place, inside. He walked in place happily. Manner. Place first, manner next. Because the adverb referring to places here in. Then, third one. See, when normally manner should be placed first and place should be placed next. But when these adverbs away, back, etc. comes, place should first place should be placed first and manner next. Third one, here and there do the same as in be. When when the adverbs is any one of these away, back, down, etc. The order is in the sentence of here and the adverbs here and there and manners. When the adverbs are away, back, etc. Place and manner should be placed as in the example B. You see, he stood there silently. He stood there silently. Here it is silently. So there has been placed first and silently has been placed. Manner, first place, next manner. Except the adverb. See, when here and there, when the adverbs are placed here and there, comes with adverbs of manner. They should be placed as in the case of B. That is, place should be placed first and manner should be placed next. But when hard, well, badly are used as adverbs of manner or adverbs of manner, when hard, well, badly are used as adverbs of manner in the pattern of here and there, they should be placed. Here, manner should be placed first and place should be placed next. Example, they work harder here. Here, manner is first, place is next. Because harder has been used as the adverb of manner. Then order of manner and time. We'll see even first in the one in the example when we see the order of manner and place. Then we are going to see the order of manner and time. See, when the two adverbs, manner and time, come side by side in a sentence, manner should be placed first and time should be placed next. Example, Valan met his mother happily yesterday. Valan met his mother happily yesterday. Happily manner. Yesterday time. So, manner has been placed first and yesterday has been placed next. Then, order of place and time. Thirdly, the order of place. When place and order, when place and time come side by side, how they should be placed? Place should be placed first and time next. Example, Ronnie met Devi in Trichy yesterday. Ronnie met Devi in Trichy yesterday. Trichy, place. Yesterday, time. So place has been placed first in Trichy. And time, yesterday, has been placed after Trichy. That is on the order of place and time. Place should be placed first and time should be placed next. The fourth one is very, very important. Order of manner, place and time. That is, when the three adverbs, place, manner, place and time appear in a sentence, one after one appears in a sentence, the order should be manner, place and time. Manner should be first, place should be next, and time should be last. Example, Nadan is living happily in Madurai now. Nalan is living happily in Madurai now. Happily manner. In Madurai place. Now time. That is, when manner, place and time comes one after one, comes in a sentence at the same place, the order should be manner, place and time. Okay? Happily in Madurai now. Then another important thing that we got to see is, in some verbs like give, send, lend, teach, buy, the verbs like these can have two objects. Verbs like give, send, lend, teach, buy, etc. Can have two objects. Of the two objects, one is called direct object, another is indirect object. When there are two objects in a sentence, how they should be placed? When there are two objects, direct object and indirect objects, normally the indirect object is placed first and the direct object is placed next. Example, when there are two objects, direct and indirect objects, normally the indirect object is placed first and the direct object next. Example, Ronnie gave Devi her book. Her book is the direct object. Devi is the indirect object. And another example, Mallika taught Devi English. English is the direct object. Devi is the indirect object. But here also I have to tell one more thing to you. The direct object can also precede the indirect object. That is, the direct object can be placed first and the indirect object can be placed next. But when the direct object precedes indirect objects, the preposition to should be placed before IO. When the indirect object is placed after the direct object, the preposition to should be placed before the indirect objects. See here, Ronnie gave her book, direct object, to the indirect object. Another one. Malika taught English to Devi. English direct object. To Devi, indirect object. English direct, Devi indirect. So this is we get from. These when there are two objects in a sentence, normally the indirect object is placed first and the direct object next. But the indirect, but the direct object can also be placed first. But in that case, the preposition to should be used before the indirect object. That's all. Thus we have seen this. Now let us lastly let us see some more sentence patterns for say for your understanding, for your better understanding. First, Tom Ray studies. Tom Ray studies English. Tom Ray studies English well. Tom Ray is a doctor. Tom Ray studies well. Tom Ray taught early Tamil. Tom Ray taught Tamil to early. Tom Ray taught Tamil to early. Tom Ray met Annam yesterday. Tom Ray met Annam yesterday. ASVO. Yesterday Tom Ray met Annam. SVAMAP. Mala is living happily in LA. SVAMAT. Tenmuli played happily yesterday. SVABAT. Malaruli went to Chennai last week. SVAMAPAT. Malaruli is living peacefully in Trichy now. AMAPAT. Malaruli is living peacefully in Trichy now. SVCA. Veni is a teacher in Svigiri. Veni is a teacher in Svigiri. The last one. SVOA. I am taking pain for feeding you English. I am taking pain for feeding you pain. I subject. I am taking verb. Pain object for feeding you English. On account of feeding you, in order to feed you English in any way, my aim is giving you the English, the pattern of English. You should understand it and speak it well and write it well. You should speak fluently English, understanding this pattern of sentences. Then for that, I am taking pain for feeding you English. Dear students, thus we have seen the sentence of patterns. How many elements are used in an English sentence? 5 elements: subject, verb, object, complement, and adjunct. That is adverbs. How they should be used? How they should be placed in a sentence? All these things in the pattern of the sentence, using subject, verb, object, and complement, there have been their places have been defined rightly, and but the use of the adjunct, the use of the adverbs, there are 5 exactly, there are 5 kinds of adverbs are used, but 4 are very important: manner, place, time, and fitness. How they should be used, I will explain. their paces. Learn it regarding the use of the adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, time, and frequency. Learn them again and again. To practice them well. Then you can become fluent and you can speak English fluently. You can speak more than me. It's okay. In the next class, we will see something about, regarding the phonology. There is the phonetics. There is the phonemes. How the consonant phonemes are produced in English. And then we will see some grammars. In the next classes. Dear elders, educational institutions, and students, we will meet in the next class soon. Till then, I wish all of you a very nice and sweet time. Thank you.